بسم الله وعلى بركة الله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله أدى الأمانة وبلغ الرسالة ونصح الأمة وجاهد في سبيل الله حق جهاد جزاه الله عنا عوفر الجزاء. Sisters and brothers, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. I am very happy to be talking to you today. I would have liked to talk to you in person, but circumstances prevented that. I hope and pray, inshallah, that in the future I will be able to talk to you physically, face to face. I would like to start by stating my firm belief in that a university or a college or a school has got a dual function. It has to teach knowledge and skills, which is a very important function, but there is another function that, in my view, could even be more important, and that is developing the character, the morals, the ethics, the personality of the student. And I think as educators, we need to consider both functions and plan for both of them. Many famous universities have realized the importance of what we call extracurricular education, which is education outside the classroom, with the result that you can go out in the world and you can know that this person is a product of Oxford University, a product of Harvard University, a product of Cambridge University, a product of Azhar University. It is because of this emphasis on the education that goes on outside the classroom. The same understanding can be gleaned from a speech that Dr. Albert Einstein made in 1931 at the New York State University in Albany, when, quoting another scholar, he said, "Defined education as what you know after you have forgotten what you learned at school." I also had this definition in a different formulation as education is what you know minus what you learn at school. So my emphasis today is about this extracurricular education. Our universities, alhamdulillah, have overcome many problems since their initiation. They have now set up their administrative structures, their financial structures. They have organized their curricula. It's now time that we start thinking about this extracurricular education and preparation of our students to be future leaders in the various fields of life. Now, this brings me to propose to you a program that we have tried out with success in many universities in the world, notably the International Islamic University in Malaysia. This program consists of a knowledge component and also a skill component and a spiritual component. The program is unique in that it is student-centered and student-driven. Students meet together on a regular basis in small study groups called halaqa. They study on their own, they discuss on their own, they teach one another. This is why we say it is student-centered and student-driven. Lecturers are not involved in this program. And this is why the program is very popular and very strong, because the students feel it is their own program. So what we need to do is to provide time and place for students throughout the 4 or 5 years of their stay in the university to hold these halaqa or study circles. Now, what goes on in the study circles? A study circle has about 10 students. They need to have a leader, and it carries out the following things. First of all, they study the Quran, which, as you know, is the basic guide of our life. They can finish the whole Quran in about 3 or 4 years, depending on how active they are. And what does this study involve? This study involves reading a section of the Quran assigned for that week. They read it in Arabic, correct one another in their recitation. Then after that, they read the translation. They understand the translation very well. Then they start the discussion. The discussion centers on what do these verses of the Quran imply to me in my daily life? What can I do with them? How can I use them to improve my daily life? So they have this discussion and then they conclude. The second aspect of this program is the study of the hadith. The book recommended for study of the hadith is this famous book, Riyadh al-Salihin min Kalami Sayyid al-Mursaleen, written by Imam al-Nawawi. This is the book that is the second most read book in Islam after the Quran. It has got many hadith that deal with developing the reader spiritually, morally, in terms of etiquette, adab, and behavior, interaction with others. Its overall development of the person in terms of spirituality, socially, psychologically, and intellectually. So the study circle, when they get together, they read 2 or 3 hadiths every time. Again, as with the Quran, they read it in Arabic, correct one another in the reading of the Arabic script, and then they read the translation, and again they discuss, what does this hadith tell me to do in my daily life here and today? The third aspect of the program is study of fiqh. As you know, fiqh is the Islamic law that controls how we live, how we work, how we eat, how we interact with one another. And the book selected for this is called Bulughul Maram min Adillat al-Ahkam by Al-Asqalani. This book contains the hadiths that explain everything that we do in fiqh in the Shafi'i madhab. It is therefore very relevant to East Africa. As students study this book, they will realize that the things that they learned from their parents and their teachers, or things that they see being done in the community, have got a basis in the hadith, and that the Prophet ﷺ ordered them to do them. It creates a new vista of understanding of our lives. The fourth aspect of this hadith, this program, is the issue of al-ma'thurat. Ma'thurat means dua, supplications, or dhikr, adhkar, that are from the Prophet ﷺ. We need to learn how to make dua and how to make dhikr according to what the Prophet used to do, not according to what we think or according to what we learn from other people. So with these 4 books, we can complete the knowledge component of this student self-development program. There are 2 other components. There are extramural activities that supplement the knowledge base that we have talked about. These ones include discussion of current affairs. This can be discussed to analyze, again, from the Islamic perspective, how do we look at events going on around us. We also encourage students to discuss trends in science and technology. What do they mean to our daily life? What are the good things? What are the bad things from the technological innovations? Also, students do undertake what is called tadhkara. From time to time, we bring in a spiritual leader who can give students nasiha, advice, and build up their personalities from a spiritual point of view. So that is called tadhkara. There are also extramural activities that supplement this program. We encourage students to undertake social work, go out in the community, do something useful in the community, clean the masjid, help the elderly, do something in a school, go and teach younger students in primary or secondary schools. So this all comes under the rubric of social service. We can also have tarbiyah programs that are called live-in. For a day or two, students can stay together in one place and live a completely Islamic life in terms of salah, in terms of qiyamul layl, in terms of the etiquette of interacting with one another, in terms of helping one another. So it is living a miniature Islamic society in this tarbiyah live-in program. So in short, we need to develop and encourage this extra curricular part of student development, and make sure that all our students go through this program. It has to be paced over time. They do it once at a time, paced, not in a hurry. But in the end, we feel that at the end, the students will come out with a better personality and better preparation to face life. Thank you very much for listening to me. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.